You've seen Chris Hansen and Dateline's hidden cameras catch this kind of predator.
Could you explain yourself?
Tonight, we catch a new type of predator, the kind that prey on you.
So somebody was out there using your debit card number?
Correct.
Identity thieves who first steal your name and then your money. It's one of the fastest growing crimes in the world, costing Americans billions every year.
I had just gotten paid on Friday, and it was gone.
Tonight, we go on the hunt.
Everybody ready? Here we go.
Chasing identity thieves through underground chat rooms.
They're selling logins to bank accounts, Barclays, Wells Fargo, HSBC.
Baiting them by putting our own credit cards up for sale.
The card is almost maxed out and we're barely 2 minutes into it.
And then following the money to expose how this billion-dollar business really works.
Did you or did you not lie to me?
I lied to you.
Chris Hansen with an all-new Dateline investigation to catch an ID thief. If it hasn't happened to you yet, chances are growing that it soon will. Good evening and welcome to Dateline. I'm Stone Phillips. You look at your credit card statement and it's full of charges you know you didn't make. Or worse, you check your bank account and it's completely empty the day after you were paid. Those are often the first clues most people have that their identity has been stolen, their money gone, their credit ruined. Police say identity theft is a crime that is almost impossible to stop because the crooks are almost impossible to find. But not for Dateline's hidden cameras. Here's Chris Hansen.
It happens so often, TV commercials joke about it.
Oh, I stole his password online and hello, makeover.
A faceless stranger is able to get a hold of your credit card and go to town.
Sound good because they free. Shoot.
But for real people, it's no joke at all.
This was cash out of my checking account. It was just gone.
All of it gone.
All of it.
Lee Morton woke up one Sunday morning and decided to log on to check her bank account.
I was checking to see if I could afford to go out to dinner, and I had no money.
No money?
No money.
Tonight, we'll put a face on a world-class crime and track down people actually involved in schemes to steal your identity.
Got some deliveries?
I just shipped 2 laptops.
Involved in crimes that add up to billions.
It's huge out there.
Craig McGaw is in charge of criminal investigations at the U.S. Secret Service, which fights identity theft. He says there was a time when crooks would get your credit card number by stealing a purse or digging in the trash.
15, 20 years ago, we worried about tearing up the carbons in our credit card receipts.
Right. Dumpster diving.
Now?
Well, now with technology, the criminals are able to hack into corporations, financial institutions, and get much larger amounts of information data.
High-tech dumpster diving.
You could call it that.
And thanks to the internet, once the thieves have your card number, they're off on an online shopping spree with your money. It happens once every 4 seconds, thousands of times a day, millions of times a year. That's how many times experts estimate there's a phony charge made with a stolen credit card number.
I heard a lot about identity fraud, but I never expect that happens to me.
Restaurant owner Stephen Yu says he's been fighting with his bank for more than 8 months after he woke up one morning and discovered his account was overdrawn.
So somebody was out there using your debit card number?
Correct.
In the end, Stephen Yu says the bank tried to hold him responsible for more than $400 in charges he says he never made, even sending a debt collector after him.
So you're being treated like the criminal that these people actually are?
Yes.
It's an experience neither Stephen Yu nor Lee Morton would wish on anyone.
It felt as bad as if somebody had raped me, only financially. It was that devastating to me personally.
When you hear stories like those, it makes you want to track down the thieves, find out how they steal your identity, and confront them face to face. Tonight, we're going to take you along on an undercover investigation. We'll start at a computer keyboard and travel across America and around the world. A year-long probe into what's become a massive, multi-billion-dollar global problem.
Everybody ready? Here we go.
Follow along as we go online and undercover.
They did it for $99.95.
We'll show you exactly how the crooks swipe your identity, and once they have it, how fast and how much they can steal. as we try to catch a new kind of internet predator, the identity thieves.
Okay, we have a hit on Ernesto for $723.74.
Wow. 1 minute, 3 seconds. Do we know what they bought?
It says pet shops, food, and supplies.
It's a well-fed dog in Chile.
We're on the hunt for international identity thieves.
There's 175 hackers in this room, and right now they're buying and selling personal identities.
Watch closely. You're about to get a look at something few Americans have ever seen.
This lady by the name of Anna. We have her credit card number, expiration, mother's maiden name.
It's an underground internet chat room for thieves, selling information about people like you.
Social security number, date of birth, and PIN. Her identity is completely compromised and will be indefinitely the rest of her life.
Our guide to the secret internet underground is Dan Clements, president of Card Cops, an internet security company that monitors chat rooms like this one, where criminals go to buy and sell your most personal information.
It's like a thieves' market.
It is a thieves' market.
A black market we're about to expose. We'll be careful not to reveal people's private information, but in a matter of minutes, Dan Clements shows us just how much a crook can obtain in the wide-open internet underground. Want the login and password to take over someone's bank account?
We have guys that are advertising that they have logins to Wachovia Bank. They have logins, online bank logins.
So people can actually go log into someone's account?
Yes, they're selling logins to bank account. Barclays, Wells Fargo, HSBC, all the large banks are here to be bought and sold.
So somebody could get this information, log on to somebody's account, and take their money.
Drain their account. That's what these hackers are interested in.
And that's just the start. Want credit cards?
Well, here's somebody named Pepper Bora. He's saying that he has dumps for sale, which is the information on the magnetic stripe on the back of a credit card.
That's amazing.
Yeah, here's somebody here is selling the Royal Canadian Bank of Canada, Capital One logins, so everything is available here.
There are so many thieves, crooks don't have to pay much for your personal information. You won't believe the deal this hacker is offering.
And how much is this guy charging?
It's $5 to buy a full profile.
$5?
Only $5.
So for $5, a thief can buy a name, an address, social security number, credit card number, PIN number, enough details to completely rip you off. So where do the thieves get all that information?
Stolen computer equipment that contain personal data.
First, they can get it from stolen laptop computers. Next, hackers actually break into computers, and not just big ones. Any computer system at any store, especially a small store with weak security, is vulnerable. And finally, the crooks sometimes fool consumers into helping them.
And re-enter your passcode.
Remember Lee Morton, the woman whose bank account vanished overnight? She says she got an authentic-looking email asking her to update some banking information.
And did it look official?
It did. Only this one said, please update your personal information.
It's called phishing. When you answer the fake email, the information doesn't go to the bank. It goes to the thieves. Lee Morton doesn't know who stole her money. Neither do most victims of identity theft. The fact is, most cases are never solved. But tonight, we're going to try to find the crooks who steal your identity. We're about to follow the trail back into that mysterious internet underground and confront the thieves face to face. To catch an identity thief, we'll need some bait. So we get a major credit card issuer to cooperate. We make up some names, and they give us real cards under those fake names. The next step, asking Dan Clements to go back into the internet underground, pretending to be a thief who stole our credit cards. He's about to put them into the thieves' market.
I'm going to put it in here and to 300 or 400 hackers in real time.
Dan Clements and I are watching at the Card Cops office in California.
You ready?
Ready.
Halfway across the country, a fraud investigator for the credit card company is standing by. Her computer will tell her every time our bait cards are used to make a fraudulent purchase. We even have a stopwatch to measure the time second by second. Clements tells us this is something that's never been done before.
It's kind of like throwing tuna to the sharks, and we'll see what happens.
All right, let's do it.
We test the waters as Clements, pretending to be a thief, offers to sell some of our bait cards.
I'm going to hit the stopwatch, and we're going to see how long it takes before somebody hits on it.
The response is almost instantaneous.
We have somebody saying, "Hey, bro."
It's 12 seconds.
At first, the thieves appear to be feeling us out to see if we're for real.
Oh, we have another one. Nitro 81 just said howdy.
26 seconds.
But it doesn't take long for the thieves to take the bait and start making purchases with our cards.
They're hitting it.
At the Credit Card Monitoring Center, the fraudulent charges are beginning to roll in. At first, they're small charges to make sure the card works.
They checked it for $1.
For $1. So they're just probing to see if it'll work.
Right.
They even make a small donation to the Red Cross to test the card.
$11. American Red Cross donation site.
Once they're sure the card works, the thieves start making bigger purchases by the minute.
There's been one authorization for $306.28.
Wow.
They've also hit it for $99.95.
So it's a $1,000 credit line. They've already eaten half of it up.
Yeah.
Remember, we're watching internet thieves at work in real time. Imagine it's your card they're using, buying from all kinds of stores.
Another one just came in for $79.80 at Evertech Solutions, so there's two from there.
And how much time has gone by, Chris?
Less than 10 minutes.
Another charge just came in for $237.50.
The illegal charges could go on forever, but our card has a $1,000 limit.
Okay, they just got declined for over limit.
Decline for over limit, and that's less than 13 minutes.
But if you thought that was fast, you haven't seen anything yet.
Oscar just went in right now.
Another of our bait cards carries the fake name Oscar Ernesto with an address in Washington, D.C., but in no time at all, it's used a continent away.
Okay, we have a hit on Ernesto for $723.74.
Wow.
1 minute, 3 seconds.
In Chile.
In Chile.
Wow.
Do we know what they bought?
It says pet shops, food, and supplies.
It's a lot of pet food.
It's a well-fed dog in Chile.
They've also hit it 2 more times.
It's a minute, 40 seconds. And what's the total up to now?
Almost 800.
The card is almost maxed out, and we're barely 2 minutes into it.
And as we follow our bait cards, Chile's not the half of it.
Islamabad.
Islamabad.
For 151.
In Pakistan.
Yes. So we've seen France, Pakistan, China.
Our cards are being used to make illegal purchases all over the world within minutes of being stolen.
Which one we haven't seen? Singapore.
Singapore. That's a first.
This part of our investigation lasts less than 2 days, but the illegal charges are astonishing. Flowers in Latin America, cell phones in Canada, airline tickets in Asia.
16 different countries over the 2 days.
So over the 2 days we did this, we had purchases in 16 different countries.
Every continent except for Antarctica, basically.
The level of activity is stunning.
Yeah, there's
I mean, I can't get over it.
Identity theft hitting Americans from foreign soil is big business.
Just how big? Experts estimate that identity theft costs Americans nearly $5 billion a year. And in most cases, the thieves get away with it. By now, it's clear, catching the crooks won't be easy. We figure our best shot at tracking them down is to follow the actual merchandise, all that stuff they're buying with stolen credit cards. And the best way to do that, go into business ourselves. Set up our own online store, and when the thieves place an order, set up our own delivery company so we can follow the loot right to the thieves' doorsteps. Dateline is about to set a trap for these new predators, the identity thieves.
He's in. Tell Chris. He's in.
And this one has
402 hackers are in this particular channel.
For nearly 2 days now, we've been watching in amazement as Dan Clements of Card Cops has taken us inside a criminal internet underground of hackers and identity thieves, where stolen credit cards are bought and sold.
They just used it in Australia.
And used to make illegal purchases with lightning speed.
It doesn't take days or months or years to have identity theft. hit you. It takes seconds. It's gone.
The internet thieves come from all over the world, targeting Americans. They're rarely caught, almost never identified. But Dateline has figured out a way to lure these crooks out from the underground and put a face on this epidemic of crime. The first step is to set up our own internet company, Hanson Discount Electronics. We're selling some popular items: Sony PlayStations, Microsoft Xbox 360s, MP3 players. But there's a catch. Our website is secret. We've programmed it so that normal internet shoppers can't find it. In fact, the only place we're going to advertise our new website is back in those underground chat rooms full of criminals.
At HansonDiscountElectronics.com.
So it's likely the only ones to know about our online store will be identity thieves, and we let them know we're ready to take their business.
The message says, cardable site, HansonDiscountElectronics.com.
Cardable site meaning we don't check very carefully. So if you've got a hot credit card number, you can use it here.
Right.
Remember, the only way to know about our new website is to read the message in the Thieves Underground or have one of the thieves tell you about it. But within hours, Hanson is a hotspot for crooks all over the world.
That shows where all the traffic is coming when it visits Hanson Discount Electronics. And there's going to be a click over here, if we mouse over here. There's one from Tunisia. There's one from Malta. If we come over here, we see Turkey, Asia. Come over here, we see Romania. And we're going to see that order from Macedonia on here as well.
Latvia, Spain, Nigeria, Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, Nicaragua, New York, France, Germany, Italy.
So it's pretty much like the United Nations. This is the global traffic that's hitting Hanson Electronics.
It doesn't take long for people to start buying merchandise with stolen cards. Our first sale, a Sony PlayStation.
So you've only been in business how long now?
I could be a wealthy man.
An hour?
Yeah.
We'll be filling the orders, but not letting any of those charges go through. So actual consumers whose credit cards may have been stolen are not being billed during our sting. But as the fraudulent orders roll in, we get what we're looking for: the addresses where the illegally purchased merchandise is supposed to be delivered. And if we follow those deliveries, we figure the trail should lead us to the thieves. So we set up another undercover business, CH Delivery.
Box 360.
We pack up some of the electronics matching what the thieves have ordered and set out to start making deliveries all across the country to see who's getting the loot purchased with stolen credit cards.
Look at this crap.
We've already infiltrated a high-tech den of thieves, an internet underground where people's stolen identities are bought and sold. We've even lured some of the thieves to our own online store where they're ordering popular electronics items with stolen credit cards. But what the thieves don't know is that something else is coming along with the packages, something they surely don't expect. Chris Hansen and Dateline's Hidden Cameras.
I just need your signature.
As we crisscross the country making deliveries, the first thing we discover is that some of the people seem genuinely surprised to be getting our packages.
Looks like it's Xbox 360.
I don't know where all this is coming from.
In Pennsylvania, this man doesn't seem to know anything about the expensive video game he's getting.
So why would stuff be coming here if you're not ordering it?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out myself.
So what's going on here? Authorities say some crooks have packages delivered to other people's addresses, especially when they think those people will be away. Then the thieves intercept the packages without the homeowners ever knowing. Could that be the case with this package? It's a Sony PlayStation from our online store, ordered with a stolen credit card, and on its way to Savannah, Georgia, and a woman named Angela Cater. So as Chris from CH Delivery, I head to her door, where I find an unusual note.
Absolutely no packages to be left at my door or signed for under Angela Cater.
We decide to knock anyway to find out what's going on. Remember, she thinks I'm the delivery man.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
Good. Hi, how are you? I saw your sign, but I just wanted to double check. I have a package for you. For Angela Cater?
Before we can even explain what's in our package, the woman inside says she doesn't want it, and listen to the reason.
I'm not going to accept anything because I don't know for sure that it wasn't purchased with a stolen card.
A stolen card.
And I didn't order these things.
Angela Cater, a single mom with 4 young kids, is already suspicious about the packages that have been flooding her house.
Look at this crap.
So you got
I just not even the names.
There's an entire side room filled with boxes. And after I tell her I'm really from Dateline, she invites us to take a closer look. Digital cameras, computer equipment, home theater systems, marine radios, expensive shoes, and more from retailers all over the country.
This in here, open it up, is one heck of a nice watch.
Angela says she became suspicious after she got a phone call from an investigator who suggested that some of the stuff was bought with stolen credit cards. But these packages weren't delivered by mistake because Angela knows who ordered them, a man from London named Paul.
He said he had an electronics business overseas and that these would be for his business. He wants me to send it to, he said, an address for a South African store.
For a South African store?
Yes.
She says she agreed to accept his packages because Paul isn't just any friend.
Who is Paul Desmond?
Paul Desmond is my fiancé.
Your fiancé.
Angela says she met Paul on the internet. He's even sent her this picture and asked to marry her.
And the next thing you know, let's get married. You know, I really love you. I miss you. And it's mushy, mushy all the time.
Angela has picked out a wedding dress, and some of Paul's merchandise has been shipped to her addressed as if they were already husband and wife.
It says to Angela Desmond. His last name.
It looks to us as if Angela is a pawn in an international theft ring. But is she alone? Clear across the country, we make another undercover delivery to Porterville, California.
This is your correct address for college? Yes.
To Vicky Bebo, another single mom. It's a package of electronics ordered with a stolen credit card from that online store we created. And guess who the stuff's addressed to? A man named Paul.
This one is a Xbox 360. Now, does Paul Williams live here, or?
No, he lives, right now he lives in London, but he's going to be coming
Oh, in London.
Yeah, he's going to be here in January.
Turns out Vicky Bebo also met her Paul over the internet. And not surprisingly, he's been flooding her with packages too.
All kinds of deliveries today. How are you?
Another one arrives while we're there. And Vicky's gone a step further than just receiving packages.
Watches, shoes.
She's actually been reshipping them overseas. In fact, we saw DHL picking up this one bound for Africa. And when we asked Vicky to show us a picture of her Paul, we see a familiar face. And guess what? He wants to marry Vicky too. Turns out Paul is engaged to 2 different women on opposite sides of the country, and who knows how many others in between. So why would international thieves want to trick women into accepting and reshipping so many packages? Experts say it's because many American retailers refuse to ship overseas. So to collect their loot, the identity thieves need a middleman, a so-called drop, somebody in the United States who can accept a delivery and then forward the stolen merchandise. That's apparently how people like Vicky and Angela are being used.
Yeah, we got some cardable sites.
And if a thief doesn't already have a drop site, Dan Clement says it's easy to buy one in one of those criminal chat rooms.
So here I'm saying, you want a valid credit card? Give me a drop.
In the thieves' market, we negotiate to buy a drop address where the criminals tell us we can send stolen merchandise.
Oh, we have just got a U.S. drop here.
Wow. South Avenue.
Penn Yan, New York. Is that really a city?
Penn Yan. What's Penn Yan?
Turns out Penn Yan is very real, a small town in upstate New York. A place we're about to become very familiar with. Because back at our online electronics store, we're getting more and more orders with stolen credit cards. A lot of them telling us to ship the goods to that same address in Penn Yan, New York. In fact, dozens of orders, electronics worth more than $10,000. The name on the orders, Wendy Kenson. So we head for upstate New York using that shipping company we set up, CH Delivery. But when we get to the address, there's no Wendy Kenson listed. The house, proudly flying an American flag, actually belongs to a couple named Therese and Robert Jeff Ball.
Hi, how are you? We have a delivery for Wendy Kenson.
Not her, but
And as we make our delivery, we wonder, are the Balls victims of a scam, or are they scammers themselves?
Does she live?
stuff's coming here.
Oh, stuff's it. But this is an address where she can get it, though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right, great.
The woman at the door, Therese Ball, knows the name Wendy Kenson.
Does she live here? Or?
No, she'll be coming by.
She comes by, okay. Is she a relative, or? Great. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Have a nice day.
Yep. Bye.
We make more deliveries to this house.
Is anybody home?
PlayStation, cell phones, MP3 players. But Wendy remains just as
Hi.
mysterious.
Wendy?
No, but we're taking the stuff for her.
Oh, good.
Who are these people? They certainly seem sincere.
Thanks a lot. You like cats, do you?
Oh, yeah.
Cute one.
Yeah.
But Mrs. Ball seems tight-lipped about Wendy.
I have packages for Wendy. Is she here?
No, not here yet.
Oh, okay.
So who is this mysterious Wendy? We're hoping that these people are middlemen who can help us answer that question and lead us to the mastermind of the identity theft operation. Finally, on our fourth visit, a new face and some new information.
Hi, how are you today? Got some deliveries?
Yeah, okay.
For Wendy Kenson?
Yeah.
Let me give this to you.
This time, Jeff Ball answers the door. Unlike his wife, he starts to open up about what's happening with all these packages.
They're going to Africa.
What's that?
All these are going to be shipped to Africa.
Oh, they're going to Africa.
Remember, all this stuff has been ordered with stolen American credit cards. And now we're finding out it's being shipped to Africa?
And what do you do with them in Africa? Or what are they?
We have a store there.
Oh, you have a store in Africa? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. What, do you get them here and then you ship them over there and sell them over there? Yeah. How's that business going?
Pretty good.
Good, good.
So there's a store in Africa, but that still doesn't tell us much about Wendy.
Does Wendy live here? All right.
She's in Australia right now.
She's in Australia?
It turns out Jeff says Wendy is actually his business partner. That store in Africa is doing so well, Jeff says, Wendy wants to open more stores.
And that's why she's in Australia.
Oh, I see.
Store in Australia.
In Australia, too.
And as he tells us about the expansion plans, he drops a bombshell.
She's going to be my wife.
Oh, so Wendy's your wife. Oh, that's great. Gonna be. Oh, congratulations. And when have you set a date?
Not yet.
Not yet?
So we've managed to track thousands of dollars in electronics ordered with stolen credit cards right to Jeff Ball's doorstep. But we don't know yet if he's in on the fraud or just another pawn. Either way, we're hoping he can lead us to the kingpin behind the identity theft ring. But first, he has a warning for us.
Like you watch Dateline.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys want to have sex with a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And they show up.
I've seen that show.
Later, we'll have a surprise for him. Our undercover investigation of an international ring of identity thieves has led us all over the country.
Penn Yan?
We've delivered package after package after package, thousands of dollars worth of loot. All of it ordered with stolen credit cards. A lot of it going to Jeff Ball's house in the small town of Penn Yan, New York. Jeff says he's reshipping the packages all over the world.
All these are going to be shipped to Africa.
Oh, they're going to Africa.
He says he's in business with a mysterious Australian named Wendy Kenson. And just look at the photos his big-time international business partner has sent, supposedly of herself. He says a romance has bloomed, and soon he hopes they'll get married.
Have you set a date?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Does Jeff Ball realize the merchandise he's been receiving has been bought with stolen credit cards? Is he in on it, or is he being duped? And just who is Wendy Kenson?
Hey, Jeff, it's CH Delivery.
To find out what's really going on, we decide we need to spend more time with Jeff. So we're telling him we have more packages. But to get them, he'll have to stop by our delivery company office. It's really just a room in a warehouse we rented, about a 30-minute drive from Jeff Ball's home.
Oh, hey, how are you? Come on in. What's happening?
We've wired the room with 5 different hidden cameras. Remember, Jeff Ball thinks I'm with the shipping company, CH Delivery, and this is just our depot.
Exactly. How's that business going with the African thing?
Good.
So good, he claims he just got paid thousands of dollars.
And it works. You're getting the money.
I'm getting the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, as of last night, somebody just deposited over $18,000 into my PayPal account.
Sounds like a lot to us. Not a bad payday for reshipping stolen merchandise that could have been ordered with your credit card.
So you ship some stuff
Next, we ask how come the orders are sent to his house first if they're ending up going to other countries. He says the big boss, Wendy Kenson, coordinates all of it.
She's the one doing all the ordering.
Jeff says Wendy's told him she has customers who live outside the U.S., but need to order American merchandise. It's easier to buy if friends or relatives here in the U.S. simply pay for it with their credit cards and let Wendy forward it overseas. The way Jeff tells it, it's all on the up and up.
We're just like a middle person to get it to them in another country.
So these folks all have relatives in Australia or London or some other place, and those relatives want this stuff.
Right.
But we know friends and family aren't buying it. The credit card numbers are really stolen. Remember ID theft victim Lee Morton in Nevada? Her stolen card was used to order a PlayStation that was sent to Jeff's house in care of Wendy Kenson.
Do you know anybody named Wendy Kenson?
No.
Did you ever order a PlayStation value pack for $262.75?
I didn't even play video games.
Stephen Yu's card was stolen too, and used to buy more stuff for the mysterious Wendy.
So you don't know a Wendy Kenson?
Nope.
So back at our delivery depot, we're trying to get Jeff Ball to tell us more about just who Wendy is.
Wendy is your fiance?
Yeah.
To hear Jeff tell it, Wendy seems too good to be true. He says she's a prize-winning model.
She just finished a competition in Australia too, so she just got $80,000.
Wow.
And that's not all.
She's also a millionaire.
Oh, she's a millionaire.
Yeah.
And for months, she's been sending romantic email.
Wow.
I knew that you were Mr. Perfect. I love you with my whole heart.
After romantic email.
You are my true love. I need you, want you, and love you.
So how did Jeff Ball meet her? Take one guess.
Did you meet her overseas in Australia? Or?
No, I met her on the internet.
Oh, on the internet.
Believe it or not, Jeff Ball is about to give me a warning. And you may think it's a bit ironic. Because remember, he's on hidden camera and he doesn't know who I am, as he tells me about the dangers of meeting women over the internet.
Be careful with the chat room.
Yeah.
Don't start talking to girls stage all. She's 20, but she's actually 12.
Oh, really?
Like you watch Dateline.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys want to have sex with a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
And they show up.
I've seen that show.
Jeff Ball apparently knows all about our Predator series, but it's obvious he doesn't know he's actually talking to someone who has more than a passing knowledge. In fact, I learn he's quite a fan of the Dateline series. He knows all the greatest hits.
Did you see that one Dateline show where the guy came in naked?
Yep. I can't believe it. He took off his clothes, came in naked. Well, I saw the one where the doctor showed up.
Yeah. Just recently the doctor showed up. Yeah.
And I'm like, a friggin' doctor?
Yeah.
One got busted twice. Did you hear that one?
I heard about that.
Guy got busted on the first show. And you know what? He got busted again on the second show.
Come on.
Yep.
Same guy.
Damn guy.
I'm thinking it's about time to tell Jeff who we really are and what we're really up to. But that's when he gives us some news about Wendy.
She'll be coming home tomorrow, I hope.
Who's that, Wendy?
Yeah.
This could be our chance to meet Wendy face to face and get to the bottom of this. I think we all ought to get together when she's in town.
I'll talk to her.
Okay. All right.
See if we can do this.
We hang around, but not surprisingly, the mysterious Wendy doesn't show up. So we invite Jeff back to our CH Delivery office.
Hey, how are you? Come on in. Good to see you.
He's clearly disappointed his fiancée didn't come to see him. He begins to open up. First, he admits he never got that $18,000 payment as a partner in Wendy's business. In fact, he hasn't made a dime.
All this stuff I've been selling, I haven't got paid yet.
Really? Well, how much have you had to invest in all this?
Everything I had.
Ballpark?
About 40,000.
40,000.
Saving, checking, everything.
It turns out Jeff Ball has been duped all along. Overseas identity thieves have been using the picture of a beautiful woman to convince him to launder and ship stolen merchandise. They've even convinced him to pay for the shipping.
And I'll just give you an example.
Remember, he still thinks I'm Chris from CH Delivery. I tell him I think he's been swept up in a scam.
And it was shipped to you and you signed for it.
And one by one, I show him the orders we uncovered. People who told us their identities had been stolen to pay for all the expensive electronics being delivered to his home.
So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 examples where we know stolen credit card or stolen debit card numbers were used.
I understand what you're saying. So all this might be bought by stolen credit card.
Yes.
This isn't going to be a good day for Jeff Ball. Now that Jeff is beginning to realize he's caught up in a scam, we're about to tell him who we really are.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
It started in the Internet underground, a message that lured thieves into our sting.
I'm saying I have a cardable site.
An online electronics store we set up to catch people using stolen credit cards from all over the world.
We have a hit for $723.74.
To find them, we set up our own delivery service, hoping that by following the stolen merchandise, we'd find some of the thieves.
How you doing today?
But so far, the trail has led to middlemen like Jeff Ball in Penn Yan, New York, who themselves may be pawns.
I've been scammed.
You've been scammed.
With romantic emails and eye-catching photos, a woman he met on the internet has convinced him to go into business with her, accept packages apparently ordered with stolen credit cards, then forward them on to Europe and Africa. Wendy Kenson even convinced him to pay for the shipping. Not only has Jeff Ball helped the thieves in their ripoff, apparently he's been ripped off himself.
I got caught up by listening to her.
Listening to her. Did you ever suspect you were part of a identity theft ring or a credit card fraud ring?
No, I did not.
And remember, until now, Jeff thinks he's been talking with Chris of CH Delivery. He still doesn't know I'm with Dateline and that we're recording all this on hidden camera.
Remember last time when you visited, we had that conversation about chatting on the internet and having to be careful because that program Dateline is out there doing stories on computer predators?
Oh, yeah.
We know. I'm that guy. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. We're doing a story on another kind of predator. A predator that steals people's identities, their credit card numbers, and uses them to purchase things and often resell them. And it appears, based upon our investigation, Jeff, that you've gotten caught up in an international conspiracy.
I got caught up in this scam. I've been caught up in pumping Man, I mean, I might have lost all that money.
And not to rub it in, but what about Jeff's business partner, that swimsuit model, Wendy?
Do you really know who Wendy is? Have you ever met her face to face? And you got to tell me the truth.
No.
You've never met her face to face.
Jeff Ball now realizes it may all be a cruel hoax, costing him thousands of dollars and threatening his marriage. Now, he has a decision to make.
We are going to continue this investigation and try to show who is ultimately responsible for this. You're in a position to help me do it.
Okay.
Will you help me?
Yeah, I will help you.
Jeff Ball not only agrees to help, he lets Dateline take over the email account he uses to talk to Wendy the thief. From now on, when the internet thieves think they're talking to Jeff Ball, they're really talking to us.
Hey, how are you?
And as you'll find out next week, the trail is going to lead us far from Penn Yan, New York, across the Atlantic, as we go on the hunt for Wendy and her gang of international identity thieves.
How's everything?
Yeah, not bad.
That's next Tuesday on Dateline. And for more information about our investigation and how to protect yourself from identity theft, visit our website. The address is dateline.msnbc.com. That's all for this edition of Dateline Tuesday. We'll see you again for Dateline Saturday night at 8, 7 Central. I'm Stone Phillips for Ann Curry and all of us at NBC News. Good night.